everyone, welcome back to Vlogmas and welcome back to Wales and welcome back to Faithful Ewe. It's lovely to have you here. Hope you're all well and I hope you all had a lovely weekend. I had a lovely weekend, thank you. I went to see my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law and my nephew and we had a lovely few hours together. We exchanged Christmas presents, went out for something to eat and just generally had a lovely day. We did take Stripe with us and he did get out for a couple of walks. But yeah, it was a long day because it's a 3 hour journey. Well, it's 3 hours there, 3 hours back. Sometimes we can do it in 2.5 hours. But if the traffic is bad, it can take 3 hours. So yeah, it was a long day. It was a long journey. And yesterday I was at church. So that was why I was really busy on Sunday. So I'm trying to pack 2 vlogs together into 2 days. So we're going to open the yarn for day 8 and day 9. And that's how it's going to roll between now and Christmas. I'm not going to get to you every day. It's not going to happen because of my Wi-Fi. I've got my Into the Wild sweater on this week, and this is going to be the theme all week this week. I'm going to try and wear a sweater each week. I had Birkin on last week. At the beginning, in the pre-Vlogmas vlog, I had my Maya cardigan on. And I'm going to wear my Meal cardigan next week, I think. And then we'll finish off with Kate Davis the week after. So, or my owl sweater. But yeah, this is my Into the Wild sweater. I'd like to knit another one. I have repaired it now. I'd like to wear knit another one. And I've got some Manx Lofton yarn that I'm thinking I'd like to knit it in. So I'm having a think about that at the moment. And yeah, I'm just generally having a lot of fun at the moment. Thank you so much for tuning in and thank you to all you lovely new subscribers. It's lovely to have you along for the ride, lovely to have you along for the journey. I know I've been quiet on this channel for a while, but I'm hoping going into the new year to be a bit more active on here and do a bit more hand making and show you some of the things that I'm getting up to. In today's vlog, we are going to be having a look at the peg loom and getting that sorted out so I can make a couple of rugs for the woman down the road. I've been mentioning this a lot lately and it just seems now is the right time to get the loom finished, get one of the rugs made and try and get the rest of the yarn washed that I need for doing the rug. The only thing is going to be getting it dry. I'm going to try drying it above the wood stove, but I'm not sure how that's going to work. I may have to try and set up some sort of hammock or something so it can dry overnight above the stove, but we'll have to see. I'll have to try and come up with something because I really want to get that done. I've also got that yarn to finish spinning for the girl down the road. If I can find it, I'll show you. I've done some already. And I have shown it on my vlog before. I think if I can find it, I'll pop it in the I button. But I did a video about spinning this yarn. And the lady gave it to me, the young girl gave it to me last year when her mum died. And she gave me a couple of boxes of fabric and wool. And I just never got round to getting it done because of all the stuff with my allergy. I just haven't been doing anything at all. I haven't been well enough mentally, to be honest with you, with everything that's been going on to just get on and get craft jobs done. So I got this one done and this is beautiful. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. It's some fibre that I had. I spun the fibre and then this is the wool that I've plied it with and this is what's left. So I still need, where are we? I still need to do something with it. I've got 2 left. I've got 2 skeins left. So I still need to think about what I'm going to do. I've done this one and I've just plied it with a pink flying thread and that's changed it again. And that's that one. So I was thinking of just giving a one back as it is, one with some hand spun yarn, one with that, and then I'm thinking of applying it with something else. But I'm not sure. I was thinking of using the yarn from my drum carding series that I did and maybe try applying it with that and give her some of that as well. Just as a thank you really for all the yarn and everything that she gave me. So yeah, I've ended up with duplicating my supplies with all that she gave me. So I'm hoping to get on with that. Yeah, I've been wanting to get this peg loom done for ages so I can move on to the rigid heddle loom. So I really need to get the woodworking bench moved out of my husband's room and get that moved into the garage, the big part of the garage. And then I can get all my woodworking tools out and get stuck into those heddle looms because they're for Christmas presents for my 2 friends. And I really need to get them done. I'm not going to say who they are because they do watch my podcast from time to time, so I don't want to give the game away. But yeah, I'm hoping to get those looms done in time for Christmas. And the other things that I've got to tell you are I haven't got the cow to show you because I forgot to photograph it, and it's now gone off to its recipient. But if I can get her to send me a photograph of it, I will, with her wearing it, and then I'll show it on the podcast. Yeah, I'm going to do the yarn now, and then we're going to go down into my workroom outside, and we're going to have a look at this peg loom. I'm going to do my book review, and then I'm going to see you at the end. So I'm just going to get the yarn out the advent calendar. I'll be back in a sec. Right, so here's our 2 packages for today. Just let me get a bit of my coffee. I'm feeling a bit dry today. So this is day 8. There we go, day 8. Ooh, it's a nice rose pink colour. The lighting's better today, isn't it? I think it's because of the time of day. So yeah, we've got a nice rose pink. So I'm hopefully going to have these up to date for you for the next one when I come back for day 10 and 11. There's number 9. What have we got? Ooh, I'm not sure I want them 2 together. Not much difference between them 2. There wasn't much thought in that, was there? But yeah, not very enamoured with them. I'm more of a brightly coloured girl, as you can see from my sweater. Anyone who knows me knows that bright colours are my favourite thing. They make me happy. So yeah, we've got day 8 and we've got day 9. I might be able to mix them in with the purple or something. I've got the purple here, so maybe I could mix that with the purple. Doesn't really fill me with anything. Any sort of, yeah. So that's day 8 and day 9. Advent calendar. Where are we? Always need my glasses. I can never see the numbers. Right. Oh, day 8. There he is down the bottom. Who have we got today? Oh, we've got a bow today. And a stocking with presents in. Oh! Throwing it away. Very nice. There you go. We've got a little house with a bow, a rocking horse. We've got soldier, and we've got Frosty Bob somewhere. Penguin. Christmas tree. No, we haven't got Frosty Bob. It was a penguin. Oh well. Day 9. Where are we? Day 9. Oh, there it is in the middle. Felt like a bingo caller last year, shouting out all the numbers. Oh, we got another robin. And what have we got on here? Looks like a teddy bear, one of those Care Bears. I don't know. They stuck the Marshmallow Man out the Ghostbusters, and now they stuck a Care Bear in. Very nice, though. So yeah, there's our advent calendar going back here. Hopefully the mouse won't suck him. Got another book review for you. Excuse me. This one's by Susan Crawford, and this one is Coronation Knits. You can see my reflection, sorry. Coronation Knits, there's the book. I think I got this in the summer. I've been getting into vintage knitting because on my other channel, my Wildwood Cottage Diary, I try to dress like I'm in the 1940s because I'm doing a wartime challenge. So I bought this book in the hope that it would inspire me to do some vintage knits. Now, I did start a sweater by Susan Crawford. It's a top, a sleeveless top, like with cap sleeves. And it's called the Jan sweater. And it was based, I think it was based on the victory in Europe because it's got a V in it, all the way, a lace shaped V all the way through it. But you know, I've got to sort of here on it and it's in the naughty corner. I just couldn't focus on doing the lace. I couldn't focus on where all the spots were supposed to go, and I was ending up with them over here and up here, and they just weren't in a V shape. So it's gone in the naughty corner because I just couldn't think about what I was doing. But I really want to get it done because it's orange and it's beautiful and it's really nice. So I'm hoping to get it done for the summer next year. I also started knitting a tank top out of her vintage knit Shetland book in Fair Isle pattern, Shetland Fair Isle pattern. And I started knitting that, lost 2 stone in weight, and now the waistband was too big. So I ended up ripping all that back. So they're both in the naughty corner at the moment. But this is why I bought this, because I thought I'll get into vintage knitting and I'll start knitting stuff in vintage. But as yet, I haven't knit anything out of it. It is a lovely book. It is a beautiful book. It's only a thin book and I was expecting it to be fatter. But there's some beautiful patterns in here. I talked to you about the history of the patterns. And then the patterns. I mean, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's called Diamonds Are Forever. Isn't that lovely? And then this beautiful beret. There you go. And that one's called Crown in Glory. Obviously, they're based on the Queen's coronation. I think it's 1952 or 1951. Not quite sure. And look at that. The horse was on it. Isn't that lovely? The lion and the horse, or the unicorn and the horse. And it's in a bat wing type thing. It's got socks in here as well. It's got this beautiful top. Look at that beautiful top. Isn't that lovely? So yeah, it's a lovely book, and it wasn't that expensive either. There's a knitted coat. Look at that knitted coat. Isn't it beautiful? Not sure I'd have the patience. It says I've been to London to visit the Queen. I think that's a child's coat. Yeah, it's up to a child's age 8. I wouldn't have the patience to knit that as an adult. But yeah, there's some beautiful patterns in here if you want to get into vintage. I mean, look at that head scarf. That's beautiful. I might have to have a go with that. And then I can wear that in my videos. You've got the princess cardigan down there. So yeah, there's some lovely patterns in here. And I think I paid about £10 for the book on eBay. It wasn't that expensive. I mean, there's some beautiful gloves if you got the patience for the fingers. I don't have the patience for fingers. But yeah, if you can get a hold of it, do. Coronation Knits, Susan Crawford, highly recommend it. So I'm hoping to have a go with some of the patterns. As you can see, the spine's still perfectly intact. I've not looked at it really. I've looked at the pictures and that's about as far as I've got. I tend to be a picture girl rather than a writing girl. So yeah, Susan Crawford, Coronation Knits, highly recommend it. So we're doing well going through my library collection of knitting books, aren't we? So I'm going to try and do one every time I come on. I'm trying not to repeat what I did last year. So if you're looking at the videos from last year, they won't be repeating. But I haven't bought that many books this year. I just haven't been wanting to buy. I need to be honest with you. I bought one the other week called Vintage Knits. It was about September time. Can I find it? Arrived within a couple of days. I could remember it arriving. Can't find it anywhere. Be a nice bonus when I do find it though, won't I? It was a Rowan pattern book, and beautiful books and beautiful patterns in it. Some of them are kind of like a bit of a duplicate of the Shetland Trader, but I can't find it. When I find it, I'll show you, but I can't find it at the moment. But I'm going to sort my big cupboard out. It's an everything cupboard. You know, one of those cupboards where you just shove everything and then you think, oh, just put it in there. I'll just put it in there. It's probably in there, but I can't find it. Mum always laughs at me. She says, you shove everything in that cupboard. And I'm like, I know. It's just really easy. It just tidies everything out the way. Just think, I'll put it there for now and I'll sort it later. So it's probably in there somewhere in the black hole, along with my pants and my shoes and other bits and bobs. Knitting wool. Yeah, there's knitting wool in there as well. Anyhow, we're going to go out to the workshop. We're going to have a little look at this peg loom. And I'll come back and see you at the end. And I'll say goodbye. And we'll have a catch up in the next vlog. So if you're interested in me doing the peg loom, do pop down and have a look in my workshop in the next part of the vlog. And I'll see you at the end. I'll see you in a bit. Right, so we're down outside in my workroom, out in my workshop, and this is where I'm going to be doing all my dirty stuff. This is where I'm going to be doing my looms, making my peg looms and my weaving looms. and doing any dye kits and things like that. That's where all this is going to happen. So I can't unfortunately work in here for too long anymore because of the smell of the creosote that's in the benches in here. And sorry, I thought there's someone at the door. It's very windy out there tonight. We're expecting another storm. Yeah, so I thought that I would come out and do the peg loom. I brought it outside with me. This is the peg loom. And yeah, sorry about the light. It's very dark in here. Is that any better? I found the overhead lights were too much, so I thought that I'd just put the YouTube light on. That seems a lot better, doesn't it? Anyhow, I'm looking a bit skew-whiff, aren't I? Do you know, it's everyone would think, oh, it's really cold in here, but as soon as I come in and I start talking, it starts warming up. Anyway, yeah, so I've got all my pegs to do, and I thought I'd just show you what I'm going to do. A lot of the pegs have already got holes in, but some of them haven't gone all the way through. I've sanded them all down. I've sanded all the bottoms, and they just need the holes sanding out and poking through, and then sanding with a little bit of sandpaper. Right, so this is the peg loom, and these are the pegs, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. That one hasn't got a hole all the way through. See, it's got a hole on one side, it hasn't got one on the other, so that one needs doing. That one's okay. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with one of the ones that are okay. I'll find my tools. I've got one of these, I think it's called a rasp. And what I do is I poke it through the hole, give it a twist just to grind anything off that's in the hole. And the same again. And I'm just going to do that on each of the pegs. And then I'm going to get, all you need is just a little bit of old sandpaper. It doesn't have to be anything special. And then I'm just going to lightly sand off any bits that haven't come off, just like that. So that's all I'm going to do. I don't want to do too much because I don't want to alter the shape. And I'm just going to go quickly over the bottom, just in case they've expanded. So there's one. And I'm just going to work my way along and just check. Like this one's got a hole all the way through. So again, I can just poke it through. And just do that in each one. All the way along. It's a really easy process. The hardest bit is what my dad set up for me, which was the jig to actually measure out the distances of everything, like the holes in the pegs and the holes in where the loom are going to go. And I was too impatient to wait for my dad to do it. That's why it's got big gashes in it. I just did it with the wood drill. I made a big cock up of it. So yeah, so there's another one. So basically I'm just making my way along like that. There are some bits which might be a bit more tricky to get off. Now I was making these to sell. I haven't done any for a while, but I'm thinking next year to start doing them again. And this will be the process that I use, and I'll make them all from scratch by hand. And I'm thinking of making two different sizes, a scarf loom and a 1/2 metre. Now if you turn it while you're on the sandpaper, it'll keep it round. There you go. So I'm going to make my way along to see which ones haven't got holes in all the way through. That one's been done. Quite a few that haven't been done all the way through. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I did them without the pillar drill, because I didn't have the pillar drill then. There's one that's done. That's another one done. I'm just making my way along. That one's got one. No, I haven't. Yeah, I think I must have done these without the pillar drill. I'm just been a bit too scared to go all the way through. And I think some of them were done for weaving looms that I've already sold, and they didn't work out so well. I don't know, maybe they didn't fit the holes or something. So I've taken them off to do something else. So there's only those that have been done. These ones have got the holes I can poke all the way through. These are the ones I'm going to concentrate on now. And we're going to drill them through. I'll show you how I drill them through. I'm not going to use the pillar drill because it's 7 o'clock at night, and I don't want to disturb my husband. So I'll just set myself up with the drill and a piece of wood, and we'll do these together. So on to a sec. Right, so I'm using a 5mm drill bit. I've got a piece of wood so I don't go through my bench. And I'm just going to slowly start it off. There you go, can you see that? Gone all the way through. And then we'll just get our rasp again and finish off the hole. Sandpaper. Now what you also manage to do as well, if you are using the extra piece of wood, is that it finishes off the hole better. It doesn't splinter the wood. Now I would normally, if I'm doing this for looms for sale, I would do this on the pillar drill because I've got a proper jig set up. But as I say, it's just a bit late for me to get that out at the moment. I don't want to disturb my husband. He's been in work all day. So I'm going to carry on, get all these done, and then we'll come back and I'll show you it all finished. It's a nice one. There you go. See, look how nice they finish off. Don't they finish off nice? Now these are just old pegs that I couldn't use on peg looms that were for sale because they'd splintered, or that one had chipped at the top, and yeah, it's just a good use of old wood that otherwise would go to waste. So I'm going to carry on with these, and when I come back I'll have the finished loom. Right, okay, so that's my peg loom all done. All the holes are nicely done, all the pegs are nicely sanded, so it's all ready to go. I've got roughly 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. I've got 27 pegs, and that's probably roughly just over half a metre, maybe 60 centimetres. So yeah, I know the whole thing's a metre. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 holes left. So roughly about 24 inches, something like that. So that's not too bad, is it? It's going dark in here, sorry. How's that? Is that better? That's better, isn't it? Right, so I think that's it for me for today. I'm going to go in. I've finished my peg loom, so I can start weaving on that now. So once I get round to it, I'll put the camera on and I'll show you weaving a rug. But the next job I've got to do is sort out those rigid heddle looms. I've got the heddles. Here's the heddles. I got them off Fibre Hut, and as I say, they'd only let me have one of each. They wouldn't let me have two, so they must be in short supply. But there you go. I've got the 7.5, so there's plenty of scope there for weaving different things. So I've got that one, and I've got this one. This is a 16 inch. So yeah, my loom's probably about 24 inches in pegs. So I just need to get on and make a rigid heddle loom. So when I'm going to get on with that, hopefully this next week, that'll be what I get on with this next week, because I really want to get it done, just in case I run into any problems. And then I can sort it out. Sorry the light's so bad, but it is really dark in here. Let me just try squizzing the light a bit. Is that any better? Yeah, so I want to get that done so I can move on. And then if it works, I'm going to try in the new year making myself a rigid heddle loom. And you know those little stirrers you get in the coffee shop, those little wooden ones? I'm thinking of making the teeth for the reed out of them, because there's not much difference in the size between the size of these teeth, or dents as you call them, in the reed, and those size of those coffee pot sticks, the little wooden ones. So I've been collecting them. Like my dad, I go in the coffee shop and instead of taking one, I take 10. So I've got them. I've got about 90, I think. So I've got enough to make a decent size loom. I want something that's about 16 inches long, the same size as that reed. So I might buy myself one of those. I might try and make myself one of those to the same pattern as that reed there. So we shall see. We shall see. Anyway, I'm going in. It's getting dark. It's about 8 o'clock at night. It is dark. It's fully black out there. It's very windy. And yeah, I'm going in because the door's rattling and it's spooking me. Time to go in and get a shower anyway. So I'll see you in the next vlog. Enjoy the rest of your day and I will see you soon. So take care. Bye for now. Bye bye.